My time is valuable. Don't waste it.
It's another nunchuck game with the analog stick steering your character. In hand-to-hand combat situations, the nunchuck and the remote become a fist each, and there'll be all manner of brutish moves to inflict on the enemy. When guns get involved, and they will, this Wii version benefits from the same slick weapons lock as the old game. Expect lots of death dealing round corners, and enjoy the fact that however bad the game wants you to behave, you can always behave worse.
I'm hit!
As well as wandering around, you can acquire, or steal, a snazzy fleet of 40s vehicles. It's rare that motion sensing enhances the Wii edition of a franchise established on other formats. Come to think about it, it's unheard of, so we were mightily encouraged by the intuitive and speedy controls. Of course, it always helps if there's a baseball bat involved. How the game will compare to the imminent PS3 version is another matter, but no one's going to get very far comparing the two machines. It's like comparing a dog to a much bigger and more expensive dog.
Oh God! Someone! Help!
The Godfather Black Hand Edition appears on Wii at the end of March. We'll be around for both the review and the accompanying burst of self-indulgent violence.
Sorry, Johnny. It's just business. Give it to him.
Back when the Wii was preparing for launch, there was some mysterious footage that looked like an update to the classic SNES flight sim, Pilot Wings. As it turned out, the cutesy biplanes we'd seen were flying the skies above Wing Island, a flight action title from Hudson Soft. In story mode, you play as a young bird named Junior. When his grandfather suddenly leaves Shell Island to travel the world, Junior's left in charge of his aviation business. Supported by a staff of ace bird pilots, Junior must deal with the island folks' aeroplane-related needs. It's never properly explained why a bird people would actually need the services of an aviation company. They have their own perfectly good wings, but let's try to forget about that and move on. This is the first dedicated flying game to land on the Wii, and it hasn't escaped Hudson Soft's notice that the Wii Remote is the ideal controller for flying. Tilting the controller left or right turns the plane, while angling the remote up or down makes you climb or descend. Quick U-turns can be made by waving the remote's tip to the left or the right. Speed boosts are triggered by thrusting the remote forward, air brakes are applied by pulling it backward. Steadier speed adjustments are achieved by pressing up or down on the D-pad. When flying with your wingmen, holding A and moving the Wiimote switches between formations. You'll get your head around the piloting straight away. It's precise and feels just right. Missions include dropping freight onto targets, taking aerial photographs, spraying crops, making bombing runs, as well as air races, balloon bursting trials, and more unusual tasks like netting stray cows. Success here earns money, which can then be spent on repairs, tuning and new aircraft. There are also options for free flying and split-screen multiplayer modes where a second player can use the nunchuck to control their plane. Wing Island isn't going to wow you with its visuals or presentation, but it is a great showcase for how we can work with a flying game. We'll give it 3 out of 5.
With ball rolling having long been the digital preserve of monkeys, it would take a motion sensing console like the Wii to get us interested in chucking around marbles again. But that's just what happened. With Korarimpa, Hudson Soft have introduced a brace of intricate, entertaining and at times massively frustrating rolling puzzles. Each ball towards a goal. However, you won't be allowed to progress to the next level until you've collected all of the puzzle's orange crystals with optional greens for the very brave. The puzzles themselves range from laughingly simple to so difficult you'll be crying and sweating blood simultaneously. But Control couldn't be simpler. Tilt the remote and the puzzle does likewise, with your marble still in it. This is not only intuitive but very precise and factors in ball speed, bound, after touch, or rather after tilt. We alternately loved and feared those levels that make you tilt the entire puzzle on its side in order to continue. Other levels feature some drastic and probably unplanned shortcuts. This game's full of frilly charm. It's also hellishly addictive. Our only moans concern the disappointing length of the single-player game, which is only 50 puzzles, and the lack of any kind of rival marble banging in the two-player game. The camera's also fixed, so forget spinning, only your point of view. It's all or nothing. Throwing penguin balls and the planet Saturn, cannons and magnets and Korarimpa can't really lose, at least in the short term. We'll give it 4 out of 5. The utopian world of EA's Life Simulator is about to get even cuter. My Sims are preparing for their move to Nintendo Town on Wii and DS. With the game at an early pre-alpha stage of development, we enlisted the help of 2 of its designers, Brian Kaiser and the lovely Robin Hunick. Take it away, Robin.
So here's the deal. This is Create a Sim, which is the feature in The Sims, in My Sims, where you create your new character. As you can see, we start out with a girl. She's looking pretty cool. She's got her little green hat or outfit. The idea here is that they're clickable. You can actually click on the face and change the eyes. And you get a very different looking character based on the eye shapes. And then also simply by changing the hairstyle, we can give this character a completely different feeling. But my favorite button in this mode, beyond being able to change their skin color or their hair color, is to hit the random button and see what comes out. Oh, there's one more thing about your character that I almost forgot. And this is a new feature. It's unique to My Sims. I've never done it in a Sims game before. And that's that you can change the way your character sounds. So you can choose a high voice and then make it kind of medium pitch. Or you can choose a low voice and make it very low. You will really be able to explore the sound space of your character as well as visual space.
Over to you, Brian.
Alright, this is our creative building system. We're keeping in line with the philosophy of the Wii system that it should be very accessible and easy to use. You're building with blocks just like you do with the other systems in the game. And all you have to do is pick up a block, drop it right down. You can stack them up. You can build out next to each other if you want. If you have a block you don't want, it's very easy to pick one up and throw it away. There's a bunch of different shapes you can experiment with. And once you have a structure you like, you can cycle through. We have different types of roofs, different types of decorations. Right now we're going to throw on some windows and doors, and it's really easy to just tap these around and place them around the top of the building like that. And of course, any fan of The Sims knows that we love our little decorative flares, especially our gnomes. I'll drop a couple of these guys in here. And I'll tell you what, there's only one thing better than a gnome. It's a gnome wearing sunglasses.
So, now you've seen a bit about how a My Sims world is created. Come back next time for a look at what you'll be able to do in it.
When I first heard about these so-called bull runners on the radio, well, I thought Mary Sue was lying to me.
Risk, weeknights at 8 on Bravo 2.
If you don't know what an aileron snatch is, you think a bogey is found lodged up your left nostril, a salty is a way to cook a potato, and Roger is the... Well, you obviously aren't a fighter pilot. But don't despair, you can always take to the skies virtually with Heatseeker for the PS2, PSP and Wii. As you can see, it's arcade dogfighting craziness, and I'm not talking about myth Rottweilers. This is the PSP version. Like the PS2, it's controlled with the thumbstick. Missions have been modified for the PSP with short bursts of play in mind, eliminating the travel time between objectives found on the home console versions. Cue an enormously fun and addictive action game. But to really break the sound barrier, play the game on the Wii. The nunchuck control is intuitive and really adds to the fun. The game's set in the future. You can choose to pilot a number of aircraft, from training planes to stealth bombers to our favourite, the F-22 Raptor. You're then sent off to intercept a number of terrorist organisations, malicious dictators, and basically a bunch of loonies looking to wreak havoc. You have numerous weapons at your disposal, depending on your craft's capabilities, but the basic categories are cannons, missiles like the SRAM, and bombs. This game uses the impact cam system, and yes, it's as good as it sounds. This time when you offload a missile or bomb, keep your finger on the fire button and you'll swap to missile cam and kaboom! Oh, so satisfying. Heatseeker is not a simulation. It's certainly not for gamers who want dials and cockpit instrumentation. It's an arcade shooter, a very good arcade shooter. A bloody good arcade shooter that offers hours of bandit bashing. And if you have the Wii version, it hits Mach 10 with a brilliant control system. 4 out of 5. EA's long-running and critically acclaimed Tiger Woods golf franchise, coupled with the Wii's remote motion sensing magic, putting works in much the same way as swinging, but is mercifully unaffected by the controller's angle. For short distance putts, little flicks of the wrist are more effective. If the golfing section of Nintendo's own Wii Sports compilation hadn't already proved that an intuitive and satisfying swing control system can be easily achieved with the remote, then maybe Tiger's first fully featured Wii golfing title wouldn't have been so hard to get along with. The thing is, Wii Sports Golf worked well because it kept things simple. Then Tiger turns up, bringing with him extra levels of control sophistication that, unfortunately, just don't work too well. Commitment and practice here should pay off eventually, but during that lengthy time, you'll wish you could just switch back to the familiar old analog stick swinging. We'll give it 3 out of 5. It's the period of history that has starred in more video games than any other, World War II. We will fight them on the 360, we will fight them on the PC, we will fight them on the PS3, and now we also fight them on the Wii. Poetry and war just go hand in hand. Moving on. Yes, Blazing Angels on the Wii is basically the version of the game that's been knocking around on the 360 for ages.
You gotta get her off the ground, Captain.
At the beginning of the game, we're introduced to Joe, a mechanic who likes to fly.
Come on, try flying a little.
He basically shows you the ropes and gets you used to the controls.
That's it. Ease off the throttle a bit and slow down and see if that don't help your aim none.
But this is war and it's not all about shooting balloons. Before you know it, you're dogfighting over Paris, chasing Germans down the Thames,
That's a hit, Bob.
even bombing a few battleships.
Check your 6, Captain.
As you'd expect, the controller plays a big part in the game and there are many ways to play. The best method is to use the nunchuck as the planes tilt, with the thumbstick to control speed, the trigger button to shoot, and the C button as secondary fire, mainly for bombs.
We've got 2 minutes until they're over the Parliament building.
The remote allows communication to your squadron. Using the D-pad button, you can give orders to follow your lead and even get your trusty mechanic to do some mid-air maintenance, as you spend a lot of time on fire.
Sure how to fix that.
Can I get some help here, Joe?
The A button on the remote provides an outside camera view of your plane, allowing you to see exactly how many Jerrys are up your arse.
Evasive maneuvers, pronto!
Or lets you follow the action as you release bombs.
Not so hard to hold it up.
As well as the campaign mode, arcade modes are also included, where you just shoot as many fighters as you can within the allotted time, or go head-to-head with an ace pilot.
Don't let him shoot you.
2-player split screen is also available with head-to-head fighting and co-op games. So yes, it's packed full of game modes and features. But was it any good? Well, it was alright. Basically, if it didn't have the Wii's unique control system, it would be pants. The graphics are average and very blurry at times. It's all a bit dark and grey. Yes, it's war, but a bit of colour wouldn't have hurt. So an average 3 out of 5. It would have been 2, but the controls pulled a point back. Recently, the designers of My Sims showed us how you'll create characters in their forthcoming Wii and DS Cute Fest. Now, EA's Mary Chun demonstrates what you'll be able to do with them.
Welcome to My Sims Town, where it was once a very vibrant and colorful town, and it's fallen on hard times, so it's up to your player to do all the good deeds around town, help the characters out. And this is Poppy. She's a florist, and as you can see, she loves flowers and cute things, so you can see if she's got any tasks for you. And a huge part of the gameplay is running around town, seeing what you can do for these characters to make their lives better. And so she'll ask for you to redecorate her couch because she doesn't like it very much, and you can accept it. And the tasking gameplay is a lot of exploration in the world. She wants a couch with buttercups on it, and she just loves flowers. She's really happy that you're willing to help her out. The great thing is we've stashed a couch that meets her needs in your inventory. Redecorating a location of an NPC. The great thing is in this interior design mode, you can place the object anywhere you're not locked to a grid, and she will give you feedback on whether or not she likes it or she dislikes it. So if you're a nice player, you give them what they want, and if you're a mean player, you can grief them by taking stuff away that they need. But ultimately, it really is about making the characters in the town happy, fulfilling their needs, and shaping the town to what your imagination comes up with. And now that you get a tool called the crowbar that gives you access to other unlocked areas of the world. Poppy loves her, and so use it. What you give her will impact her behavior. Everything you do for the townspeople will impact and shape the personality of the town. And ultimately, you are exploring the creative space of everything from the object level to the characters to the buildings to the feel and personality of your town. And it's fun to run around, collect stuff. Build stuff, invite people to move in, and discover all the things that have been hidden away. And so you can go off and explore the forest level because you've unlocked the crowbar.
To be an ultimate fighter, you have to have the heart, the desire, and the will to want to become a world champion.